Have you ever really stopped to think about how that movie you streamed, that song you love, or even this, right here, actually got to you? It feels like magic, right? Well, behind everything you consume, there's this massive, complex system of distribution. And today, we're going to pull back that curtain and look at the just two, fundamental worlds that bring all media to your eyes and ears.
Just think about your morning. Seriously. Did you listen to a podcast on your phone while you were getting ready? Maybe you scrolled through a news site on your tablet. Or did you see a huge ad on a bus shelter on your way to work? Every single one of those experiences, well, it relied on a very specific distribution path. And it turns out, every single one of those paths, no matter how different they seem, falls into one of two big categories. That's it. You've got the digital stream, that's everything that comes to you zipping through the internet. And then you have the physical world, media you can actually hold in your hand or physically touch. So, let's dive in.
Okay, first up, let's talk about the digital stream. This is that invisible, powerful network that delivers a huge chunk of our daily media, from the videos we binge watch to the websites we browse every day.
So what does that actually mean? Well, the definition is pretty simple, really. If it uses the internet to get from the creator to you, it's online distribution. This covers, everything from the World Wide Web itself to those super specific services like video streaming. To really get our heads around the digital stream, we have to start with the platforms. Now, a platform isn't just the device in your hand. It's really the combination of the computer hardware and its operating system. You can think of it like the stage where all the digital content performs for you.
And these stages, well, they're all around us, aren't they? Your smartphone, doesn't matter if it's an iPhone running iOS or a Samsung on Android, that's a platform. Your iPad, that's another one. And even those fancy interactive smart TVs that connect to the internet. Yep, another platform. Each one is a gateway to that digital world.
Okay, so if the platform is the stage, then the services, those are the actors. These are the apps and the websites that actually run on top of the platforms to deliver the media content that we actually want.
And what's really interesting here is just how specialized these services are. Think about it. Netflix is a service built almost entirely for one thing, distributing films and TV shows. Spotify, it's all about audio, music, and podcasts. And then you get something like Facebook, which is this giant service for sharing a whole mix of media, right? Photos, videos, simple text, the whole shebang. All right, let's switch gears completely. We've been exploring that invisible world of the digital stream. So now, let's turn to the world you can actually touch, media that has a real, tangible, physical presence.
Now, just like the digital world, the physical world has platforms too. And a perfect example is an interactive kiosk. You know what I'm talking about? It's a piece of hardware with a screen that you physically interact with, but it's designed for a very specific, limited job, usually giving you simple media like images and text to help you out.
And you've definitely seen these everywhere. The self-service checkout at the supermarket, that info display at a museum, the check-in terminal at the airport, all of these are physical platforms. They're all designed to distribute really specific types of media, mostly images and text, to help you get something done.
But beyond those interactive platforms, there's this whole other category of physical media. And this is the stuff you can literally pick up and hold in your hands.
This includes all the classics, books, magazines, newspapers, but it also covers huge stuff like billboard posters. And this is a really crucial point, it also includes physical objects that store digital information, things like CDs, DVDs, and even those little USB sticks or SD cards.
Let's just take a quick look at two of those. A compact disc, a CD, right? It was absolutely perfect for music because it could hold about 74 minutes of audio. But for a whole movie? No way! You needed something way bigger. And that's where the DVD, the digital versatile disc, came in. It could store up to 9.4 gigabytes, more than enough for a full-length feature film.
But when we talk about physical media, especially the printed stuff, there's this one key factor that makes it so much more costly to produce than anything digital. And it all comes down to this one number, 4. And here's the reveal. This really shows the key difference between the two worlds. That number, 4, stands for the 4 inks used in color printing: cyan, magenta, yellow, and key, which is just black. Using these inks, plus the cost of the paper itself, and then physically shipping the final product, well, it makes paper-based media way more expensive to distribute than its digital version.
So we've got the super fast, pretty inexpensive digital stream on one side, and the tangible, more costly physical world on the other. So how do these two systems actually work together out there in the real world?
Okay, Let's try a quick case study. Let's say you just produced an amazing new nature documentary. Now, using what we've just talked about, how would you get the film and its advertising out to your audience?
Well, for the documentary itself, you'd use both worlds, right? You would definitely put it on a streaming platform for digital distribution so millions of people could watch it instantly. But you could also release it on Blu-ray or DVD for physical distribution, for the people who want to own a real copy, for that collector's edition feel.
And the advertising? It would follow the exact same logic. You'd push out digital images and trailers on websites and social media. And you'd also take out ads in the physical world. Think huge posters on billboards and ads in newspapers. This way, you're reaching people who might not be glued to social media all day. You're using both streams to hit the widest possible audience.
So, here's the main takeaway. The crucial point is this. No matter what you're watching, reading, or listening to, it got to you through one of these two fundamental channels. That's it. It's a really simple framework, but it explains the entire media landscape we live in.
And that leaves us with one final big question. As the digital stream gets more and more dominant, faster and easier to access, what's the future for the things we can touch? What role will books, posters, and physical copies play in a world that's built on bits and bytes? It's definitely something to think about.